Welcome back to Headwaters live for Big Day of Giving. We are super excited to report that we're over $8,000 now, and it's definitely not too late to get on to bigdayofgiving.org and donate and get those 5 bonus points for your trivia that's coming up a little bit later with our board member Craig. For now, we're going to kick off the happy hour with some of our fabulous board members who are waiting to join us. First up, we have Jack Holmes. He has been on our board for the last year. He comes from Davis, California. Jack, you want to tell us a little bit about yourself?
Well, I'm a retired scientist, although I don't think a scientist actually ever retires. I'm sort of into biostatistical computing, but at the moment I seem to be up to my ears in Big Day of Giving and nonprofits.
Awesome, thank you. Next up, we have Craig Rao from Truckee, California. Craig's been on our board for the last 4 years. He is fabulous and has been essential to me in fundraising, advice, and other help. Craig, you want to tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, sure. Thanks, Meg. Super psyched to be here. I think this is a heck of a cause. Everyone's doing a great job supporting science. I live here in Truckee, from the East Coast, like probably a lot of other folks here, but have a background in nonprofit communications and spent some time in a unique boarding school for science and math kids, and that was a lot of fun for several years, heading up communications and doing quite a bit of fundraising as well. So I'm super down with the cause, and it's really good to be here, and I can't wait to see how the rest of the evening goes.
Yeah, thanks, Craig. I'm super excited for your trivia. I don't know how well I'll do, but excited to maybe learn some more.
It'll be fun.
Next up, we have Michelle Ferbershaw. She has been board since the beginning. Michelle was our original board president. She is a fabulous board member. She lives in Menlo Park, actually, California. Michelle, do you want to say anything?
Sure. Hello, I'm just tuning in. I'm accompanied by, he's bored. That's Chip. And I'm happy to be here today and to represent Headwaters.
Michelle's been sewing masks.
Yes.
Yeah. If you're in desperate need, you can contact us, maybe in exchange for a donation. We can twist Michelle's arm into making you one.
Yes, I've got all sorts of really cool prints, as you can see, like happy celebrating puppies and and other themes.
Awesome. And lastly, we have Leah Gleason, who is our communications director. Often she's behind the scenes, but we drag her out to join us, in the spotlight sometimes. Leah has been with us for the last year. One of the first assignments she did last year was joining us for the Big Day of Giving.
That's right. I was a little less involved last year. I think I did some background sort of pushing things out. And this year I did a lot more crafting, as you can see, and art projects. And I'm really excited because I love what Headwaters does. So I'm really excited for today and to see what we can do for offering more science education.
Yeah, in a little bit, we're going to be joined by Jenny and Jesse Dunn of the Dead Winter Carpenters. And I'm super excited to hear their music and for trivia. So I'm going to turn it over to Leah.
So we wanted to start this party by letting anyone know who hasn't tuned in yet today what we're doing here, to tell you a little bit about Big Day of Giving, and to tell you some of your options for supporting our cause. So Big Day of Giving was created for regional nonprofits in the Northern California area to raise money for their programs. And today we are raising money to continue our online education programs, which we're offering for free. We know that everyone's having a tough time right now, teaching and learning from home. And so we've created some online learning programs that mimic the same hands-on learning style that you would get with an in-person program with Headwaters. So we want to keep those free. And your donations also support in-person science camps and school programs and scholarships when those are possible again next year. And we're just hoping that we can keep our students as engaged as possible until in-person learning is possible again. So how today works is it's a 24-hour online giving party. You can donate at bigdayofgiving.org/headwaters at any time during our broadcast or until midnight PST today. We do have a $10,000 donation match going on. So a wonderful anonymous donor has offered us $10,000, and whatever we raise up to that will be doubled. So we're very, very excited about supporting science today.
Hi. So we are going to kick this happy hour off in the giving spirit and giving back to you. You guys are all of our donors, and we hope that you enjoy hanging out with us for the next hour or so. So in the spirit of fun, we are going to get the party started with Jack Holmes and some fun drink recipes that you can go ahead and make from home. Trying to keep them pretty simple and hopefully give you guys some inspiration. And later, like I mentioned, we'll move into the trivia with Craig. And go ahead and get those donations in so you get your 5 extra points. We have some really cool prizes from Trip Tarp and Belvy. Clearly speaking a little too fast right now. Super excited. And in about 20 minutes. So you got 20 minutes to get your extra. I'll hand this over to Jack.
Thank you, Meg, for your kind introduction. Good afternoon, Headwaters Science educational enthusiasts. It is my unaccustomed honor to host the raising of our spirits, both emotionally as well as to wet our whistles. We wish to start our classes virtually clicking here by introducing a mixing up of PhD scientists and the art of mixology. We have the source that's been posted on the website and on Facebook of a fancy margarita put together by the PhD Liz Harris from her Floating Point Kitchen business on the East Coast. And she's a close friend of Meg's. The other PhD in the mix. And Meg hasn't told me yet whether she's going to demonstrate this actually or not. So we'll see. At any rate, Liz puts together delicious and colorful scratch drinks recipes to get us going. Then we will proceed with introducing the results from Headwaters Scientific Board and staff's exploration into pleasing their own taste buds with their own chosen and cherished libations. So without further ado, may we welcome back our executive director, Meg.
Hi, thanks, Jack. So I'm super bummed Liz couldn't be here with us today. Liz and I were neighbors growing up back in Salem, New Hampshire. And Liz definitely inspired me. I typically, if I drink at all, do something that's either out of a can or pre-made. But this recipe was pretty easy, and she also encourages substitutions for things that you don't have at home. So I had gotten a bottle of tequila as a gift, and that this seemed like a perfect recipe for me to try. I cheated because I'm actually not in my kitchen because it's a little quieter in my office. So I have mine already made, but I used fresh lime juice. I love limes and had them on hand. I did not have regular coconut milk, but I had coconut cream from Trader Joe's. And so I used some coconut cream, tequila, like I said, that I had gotten as a gift. and some ginger ale. I did not have the orange liqueur. And my awesome Headwaters cup, unfortunately, I realized the last minute, and I probably should have experimented ahead of time if I was a good scientist. Does the sugar, the garnishes don't stick to metal. So these cups are awesome, but be warned, if you want to drink with garnishes, you might be better off choosing a glass cup instead of the metal one, but it still tastes delicious. You can grab that full recipe on her website. We have it linked in our Facebook stream.
Thank you, Meg. Am I on? I guess I am. Well, for a quick follow-up in kind for us virgin types, and the summer coming crashing down on us, a non-alcoholic watermelon margarita is put together easily with a medium-sized watermelon cut into chunks, a half a cup of fresh lime juice, lots of squeezing, 4 teaspoons of agave syrup, and 5 tablespoons of sparkling water. You blend it together enough to puree the watermelon so that you have 4 cups of watermelon puree. Add the lime juice, the agave, mix again, pour into 4 cups, and top with sparkling water.
Oh, Jack, that sounds delicious.
But to lead by example, I've confessed that I'm sipping a combination of homemade kombucha and a drink that I fell in love with in Brazil, Guaraná. And unlike Meg, I didn't bring out the bottles, so I've generated this. So now let's hear what the rest of us are imbibing today in this virtual happy hour. Michelle, you have something for us?
Yes, well, I went to my small garden and I happened to have a few lemons this season, and I'm growing mint. I've learned that if you plant mint in your yard, it will be in your yard forever. You cannot get rid of it. And I also had a few little tiny strawberries. So my favorite thing is I'll fill it with ice, Costco lemonade. Oops, there we go. Lemon. And usually I use my Soda Spring and Soda Stream and put in sparkling water, but I haven't been able to recharge the canister. So I was able to dig up a little, there we go, ginger ale, because I like a little bubbly in it. So this is the extent of it. I just threw in the mint and the lemon to make it look beautiful.
Michelle, a true design person. It does look beautiful. The architect, designer in you coming out in your amazing drink.
Yes. Well, if it looks good, it will taste better.
Yes. You did better on that than I did on the looking front. If you want to see beautiful pictures of the drink that I made, Liz has beautiful photos like Michelle's on her site.
I did. It was actually, those pictures are gorgeous. They're stunning. So I like the idea of doing the rim with sugar. I think especially with this drink, it would be great.
Yeah, that was fabulous.
So Greg, you're up next. You have something wonderful for us?
I sure do. I'm not quite as ambitious as all of my fellow board members here. And I was going to share a Bloody Mary recipe I like, but I realized those are a little better for like dreary Sunday morning. And since summer has hit us pretty early here in Truckee and in the Tahoe area, I had to go with something really refreshing but super simple. We got 3 ingredients, and you can only get it down to 2 if you want. So you start with Topo Chico, which is a imported mineral water from Mexico. Fantastic stuff, right? So we're going to go 3 ounces of Topo Chico. You can find it locally. 2 ounces of Tito's. You got to pull this out of the freezer. I don't know where you keep yours, but if it's not in the freezer, you're not keeping it in the right spot. and then we're going about half an ounce of lime juice, and we're just stirring those up to keep her moving, and that's all we're doing. We're doing Topo Chico, vodka, and a little lime on ice, and you are good to go.
That
Super
looks great.
simple.
I love your bar, Craig. You look like you're ready to serve up drinks.
Yeah, I've had a happy hour or two on occasion here. You're welcome anytime, Meg.
Yeah, as soon as this is over, I'm inviting myself over for happy hour.
Please, as are all our donors are also totally welcome at any time. We'll talk about science and Topo Chico.
Awesome.
All we have to do is bring our own snow.
I wonder if I could interject for a second.
Please.
I forgot to mention the Belvy bottle opener that's going to be one of the prizes for our trivia. And this is an amazing tool because it's beautiful. It weighs almost a pound. It's so easy to open a bottle, except when you're on camera. And the other surprise that we found is that when you use the Belvy opener, the cap isn't damaged and you can put it back.
Wow.
And so save your drink for later. So I just wanted to show you.
We love our Belvy opener, and they're awesome.
Okay, back to Jack.
Oh, great. Greg, you look like you had something more there.
Yeah, this is going to be, I just wanted to introduce one of our prizes for trivia this afternoon. This is Trip Tarp. This is something I invented. This is a backpacking product to help you plan and organize your trips. So if you happen to spend a lot of time outdoors, day hiking or backpacking, this is going to help you out. It's 5x7 tarp. It'll let you know everything you need and need to think about before you head out in the backcountry, which is pretty popular around where we live. So you can get them in stores, or you can get them for a fair amount, or you can win trivia. And if you've donated today, you're going to get 5 extra points for trivia, put you that much closer to one of these awesome trip tarps. So
yeah, those are fabulous. You can organize your trip and bring it with you on your trip.
Right.
Okay, great. Leah, do you have something for us?
I do. So Michelle and I must be kind of on the same train of thought. My drink is very similar. It's something I like to do with things I typically have kind of around the house. I don't typically keep a liquor cabinet, but I do like to have soda water around, and I do like to have some juice. So this is a pink lemonade and a little bit of soda water. And I put some raspberries in it, and it just kind of came out like a seltzer. And then I did go for that little sugared rim, if you can see it. I just kind of wet the rim of the glass, dipped it in a little raw sugar, and made kind of a yummy little virgin drink. If you do keep unflavored vodka on hand, there's a little splash of it as always too. So it's kind of cool that it can be both alcoholic and virgin, and it's yummy for everyone.
Thank you, Leah.
You're welcome.
Spencer, are you going to jump in here, or you just you're not? Okay. We'll let you keep pushing buttons.
So thanks so much.
Back to you, Meg.
I think
or Leah.
yeah.
Thank you, Jack. I'm going to move us along. We have Jenny and Jesse Dunn in the background here. We're super, super excited. They are about to come on. Right before we do that, we want to do just a little virtual cheers for our board members that are in our stream here. You can see some names in the chat over on the right-hand side. And we're going to just kick it off with Craig, thanking a few of our wonderful donors for today.
Yeah. Cheers to Whitney Lorda, Nathaniel Leachman, Rachel Abbott, and of course, Meg and Ambrose Seifert. Thank you very much for your support. We appreciate it very much, as do all the students who participate in our programs throughout the year. Thank you again. We really appreciate it.
Jack, do you want to name a few people? We've got some here for you.
I didn't see them come in. Can I skip?
Yeah, Leah, do you want to do them for him? Or I
Let
can
me help you out. I want to honor our lovely Michelle and her husband Gerard Berbershaw. Thank you so much. Taylor Amy, Sharon Wong, and Stuart Olson. Thank you very much for your help today. And we're going to do some more thank yous during our little trivia break to anyone and everyone who has helped us out today. Thank you so much. Cheers.
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 All right. So without further ado, we're really, really excited to have Jenny and Jesse Dunn from the Dead Winter Carpenters. If you are on the East Coast and don't know of these two, well, now you do. You're in for a treat. I'm just going to read you their bio. Hi, guys. How are you?
Hi.
Doing great. How are you doing?
Great. Thank you so much for being here.
Our pleasure. Thanks for having us.
So this is Jenny and Jesse Dunn. They intertwine elements of folk, classic, country, bluegrass, and rock. They are both a performing duo and founding members of the North Lake Tahoe Bluegrass Band, the Dead Winter Carpenters. They tour nationally, and they are a Tahoe local favorite. So we will turn it over to you two.
Well, thanks very much again. It's an honor to be a part of the Headwaters crew here. And yeah, we're over here on the West Shore in Tahoma, California. And I grew up in Vermont myself. I heard that there's some New Hampshire natives there. So this song might be appropriate. It's called Find Your Home. I think I'll move back to New England. I'll find myself a little straying. I'll work real hard in the green, green fields till the day I'm dead. I've got me heaps of sweet memories when I was a little boy, when everything seemed to make sense to me in a sandbox full of toys. But you gotta roll, you gotta roll until you find your home.
Think I moved to California, buy me a little spread. Work real hard in the golden hills until the day I'm dead. Got me heaps of sweet memories from when I was a little girl. And everything seemed to make sense to me, big hills and plastic girls.
But you gotta roll, you gotta roll till you find your home. I hope you're smiling when you get there. It's been so hard traveling alone. I hope you're smiling when you get there. It's been so hard to find your home. I think I'll move down to Nashville, start a little rock and roll band, where the stars are gold and the music roll and the good people understand. We learn to play sweet melodies when we were little kids. Now we ain't got time to look back on nothing and regret and you can't beat it. Still we gotta roll, yeah we gotta roll thanks very much. I think we got another song for you here. Hope everybody's having a great day and doing all right out there despite these crazy circumstances. So we, as a band, we played a 5-piece band called Dead Winter Carpenters, and we recently released a new recording, a new EP a couple weeks ago called Sinners and Freaks. So if you get a chance, check it out. And this next song is a little bit of an older one called Walking Shoes. I will play for you. Well, all I know is what I'm told, so who's a man to believe? So shuffling around in this old town, and the man's got a trick up his sleeve. Sometimes you're holding aces, sometimes you've got to fold. Now the tie tight, these laces, mom, I'm walking before I'm old. Walking before I'm old. 'Cause hard times, yes, how they come so damn fast. Hard times won't last. Well, ain't it strange how seasons change when you're moving town to town? The further you get, well, the harder it seems to turn right back around. The lines on our faces are worth their weight in gold. Now the tie tight, these laces on, walking before I'm old. Walking before I'm old. This hard times, guess how they go so fast. Hard times won't last. We all gathered here to share the cheer, so let's embrace the day. We can make hay when the sun is shining and the clouds have gone away. There's so many races and stories to be told. There's tie tight, these laces on, walking before I'm old. Walking before I'm old. There's hard times, guess how they come so fast. Hard times won't last.
Thank you so much. That was great.
That's
Yeah,
all.
that's amazing. You guys are fabulous.
Meg, I'm going to turn it over to you.
Okay. I think we have something, some special music you guys are going to be doing for us. So tomorrow, our board president turns 40, and I am really excited for this to happen. And
Good surprise, Meg.
that we aren't celebrating in person, but glad that we get to honor him in this way. So.
Yeah. Here we go. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Andy. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
Woo!
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yay.
You're having a great one.
Hey, thanks a lot. That was a solid surprise there, Meg. Well done.
Yeah. I would have liked it to have been a bigger birthday bash, but given that the current situation, this is what we could pull out. And
Hey, we'll take what we can get.
I couldn't have asked for better music. Benny and Jesse are amazing. I've been getting texts from my friends who have been watching live, like, oh, from the East Coast, like, who are these guys? They're awesome.
Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Of course. Thank you, guys.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for stopping by. And guys, don't forget to check out their new album. We're so grateful that they were able to be here with us and can continue to keep entertaining the world digitally.
Thanks, we will.
Great job, everybody. We appreciate it. Thank you.
Thanks for having us.
All right. Thank you to the band. I mean, it was fabulous. Craig is gonna start with trivia. I want to remind people, grab that donation real quick. We'll give you a second, and you can win some Bellevue bottle openers and the trip tarp that Craig and Michelle showed earlier. It's bigdayofgiving.org / Headwaters Science Institute. That we have a $10,000 match, and we're super excited.
And I think while we warm up, we're just going to pull in Andy real quick just to thank a few donors that have come in. Oh. Go. Andy?
Sure thing. Okay.
Andy, you want to start up here with Elizabeth? Kind of go down the list. That's great.
Okay.
While Andy's checking that out, just a sec. If you guys had missed his segment on photography and science today, you should definitely go back and check that out. It was excellent, and we are going to pull that segment and repost it as well as a lesson. So we really, that went really well today.
Thanks so much, Meg. I'm glad people were able to tune in for that conversation. While I'm waiting for the list of donors to come in.
What are you drinking, Andy, since you missed us on the what we're drinking front?
Oh, what am I drinking? I've got a fancy homemade cocktail, sort of my go-to. This is a beer. Beer in a can. Brings a lot of joy. Nothing quite so ambitious as our other board members and lovely staff. But I would really like to thank everybody who was able to donate today, because our Big Day of Giving programming really helps us out in more ways than just the dollar donation, being able to hit the match and have your dollars go twice as far as a huge benefit to us. It's also probably helps us all who donated today feel a little bit like our dollars are going farther, and also adding specifically to the communities that the Big Day of Giving program is in support of. So I'd like to start off by thanking the Wedemark family in Truckee, California, a family who I'm quite familiar with since their son is one of my students and longtime supporters of our programs. They always tune in for our Tuesday lunch with the scientist programs. Also, Michael Barra of Tahoe City, James Ron of San Bruno, California, Karina Dewar from Carmichael, California, Sarah Kula from Missoula, Montana. Thank you. Elizabeth Joanna and Romek Novak. Meg. I don't know if I can pronounce this one. Sorry.
Leah Sarnquist.
Leah Sarnquist.
Yeah.
and from our close friend, Jenny Rassasheen. So thanks so much for donating during this programming, guys. We really appreciate it. It's very helpful, and your donations go a long way towards keeping our programming going for the students who really enjoy it and benefit from it.
Yeah, thanks, Andy. Thanks for everything that you've done as board president and your lessons and all the things. And we hope that you have a fabulous day tomorrow, that you find some way, get outside, maybe take some photos.
I hope so.
Enjoy the amazing weather we're having right now.
It is nice out. All right. Thanks so much, guys.
Thank you, Andy. All right. I'm going to step out here and let you introduce Craig and trivia.
Okay.
And
yeah, welcome, Craig.
Hi.
I don't know that you need much of an introduction, as we've talked about you earlier today, but I am super excited for the trivia, the trip tarp, the Belvie bottle opener, and to hopefully learn some more during this time from you and your great questions.
Yeah, thanks very much, Meg. I am always super excited to help people learn a little bit more through trivia and or just be in front of folks asking questions. It's a lot of fun, but I think more fun than that is giving to Headwaters. Let's go. Let's do this, folks. bigdayofgiving.org/Headwaters is all you got to do. Thank you again to all the recent donors from today. So trivia. Yeah, this is going to be good fun. We got 2 rounds. The first round is going to be 10 questions. Multiple choice. First round is the world's oceans. That's our topic, the world's oceans. And the second round is going to be 7 questions, not multiple choice. I will reveal that topic when the time is right. So how this is going to work, essentially, we're going to award points to the first person that gets it in the text or the essentially whatever response form you're using. First person who gets it in there is going to get that point. For those of you who have donated today, and if you're playing and you donated, you're coming in with 5 points, so you're already in the lead. Good work. There may have some folks tied with you, but we got prizes and just the sheer enjoyment of winning and bragging. Don't disregard that. That's a lot of fun. So again, we got you can give at bigdayofgiving.org. We got 2 rounds. I'm going to get started with round 1, unless any of our hosts or board have any other questions. We're good. We're going to get started. Round 1, our world's oceans. Number 1, multiple choice. Let's get back there. At 6.1 million square miles, what is the smallest of our planet's oceans? Is it A, the Indian, B, the North Pacific, C, the Arctic, or D, the South Atlantic? At 6.1 million square miles, what is the smallest of our planet's oceans? Is it A, the Indian, B, the North Pacific, D, C, the Arctic, or D, the South Atlantic? And I have some folks backstage helping us out with scoring, and they'll send me the winner of each round. All right, number 2. In avalanche in the, whoa, hang on now. Yeah, let's see. That is, we mixed up 2 questions. Hold on just a moment. Let's go with the second half of this one. Roughly what percentage of global consumer goods are shipped via cargo vessel, so along our world's oceans? Number 2, roughly what percentage of global consumer goods are shipped via cargo vessel? Is that A, 50%, B, 90%, C, 75%, or D, 25%? Once again, roughly what percentage of global consumer goods are shipped via our oceans? Is it A, 50%, B, 90%, C, 75%, or D, 25%? All right, here we go. Number 3. While there is nuance, a little nuance to the topic, which of the following creatures would be considered the ocean's deadliest to man? Which of the following creatures would be considered the deadliest to man? Is it A, box jellyfish, B, the sea urchin, C, the great white shark, or D, the viperfish? A, the box jellyfish, B, the sea urchin, C, the great white shark, or D, the viperfish? And by nuance, I'm kind of talking about the odds of actually encountering one of these creatures. Some are a little bit more familiar or more common than others. But if you were to encounter all four, which one has the better chance of ending your life? Sorry, don't mean to be macabre. Let's go on to number 4. The world's second largest island by area is located in the Pacific Ocean. What is it? Is it A, New Guinea, B, Hawaii's Big Island, C, Greenland, or D, the Baffin Island? The world's second largest island by area is located in the Pacific Ocean. What is it? Is it A, New Guinea, B, Hawaii's Big Island, C, Greenland, or D, Baffin Island? All right, number 5. We are halfway through round 1 already. Ranging from 33 to 37 parts per thousand, which of our oceans has the greatest degree of salinity? Is it A, the Pacific, B, the Indian, C, the Arctic, or D, the Atlantic? From 33 to 37 parts per thousand, which of our oceans has the greatest degree of salinity? Is it A, Pacific, B, Indian, C, the Arctic, or D, the Atlantic? All right, number 6, turning the corner. The Challenger Deep is the name given to the deepest recorded section of ocean not far from Guam. It is roughly how deep? 22,000 feet, B, 36,000 feet, C, 51,000 feet, or D, 10 feet? Number 6, again, the Challenger Deep is the name given to the deepest recorded section of ocean, and it's not far from Guam. It is roughly how deep? A, 22,000 feet, B, 36,000 feet, C, 51,000, or D, 10? Number 7. What does NOAA stand for? NOAA. What does NOAA stand for? We have 4 options. The first is National Oceanic Alliance and Administration. B, the National Organization of Atmospheric Administration. C, the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration. Or D, the Northern Oceans and Atlantic Alliance. We'll read that once more. It's a bit polysyllabic, but we'll get through it. What does NOAA stand for? A, National Oceanic Alliance and Administration. B, National Organization of Atmospheric Administration. C, National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration. Or D, Northern Oceans and Atlantic Alliance. What does NOAA stand for? That was question 7. Give you a minute to contemplate all those large explanations and move to number 8. Of the following, what would come first in an ocean food chain? And by first, we mean at the bottom. Of the following, what would come first in an ocean food chain? Is it A, anchovies, B, mackerel, C, phytoplankton, or D, shrimp? A, anchovies, B, mackerel, C, phytoplankton, D, shrimp. Also, what goes best on pizza? I'll have the mackerel and pineapple, please. What would come first in an ocean food chain? A, anchovies, B, mackerel, C, phytoplankton, D, shrimp. All right, we got 2 more in round 1. Here comes number 9. Flipping number 8 around, which would come last or closest to the top on the marine food chain? Of the following, what is most likely to be at the top of the food chain? Is it A, the tuna, B, the orca, C, the right whale, or D, the whale shark? Is it A, the tuna, B, orca, C, right whale, or D, the whale shark? Looking on the top of the marine food chain. Not all of these critters interact, but if they would, who would be on top? A, the tuna, B, the orca, C, the right whale, or D, the whale shark? Okay, we're wrapping up round number 1, after which we'll take a short break, and we're going to go ahead and calculate scores after. We're going to have a winner for each round, so we'll calculate scores for a couple of minutes after question 10, and then we'll move on to round 1 after a few words from our executive director, number 10. The Gulf of Oman, the Java Sea, Mozambique Channel, and the Persian Gulf are part of what larger body of water? The Gulf of Oman, the Java Sea, Mozambique Channel, and the Persian Gulf are all part of what larger body of water? Is it A, the Pacific Ocean, B, the Arabian Sea, C, the South Pacific Ocean, or D, the Indian Ocean? The Gulf of Oman, Java Sea, and Mozambique Channel, and the Persian Gulf are part of what larger body? A, the Pacific Ocean, B, the Arabian Sea, C, the South Pacific Ocean, or D, the Indian Ocean? All right, that's 10 questions in round 1. I'm going to go ahead and stop sharing for just a moment. That's the end of our first round. We're going to take just a moment here between rounds. Meg?
Yeah, thanks, Craig. That was great. I think that we were going to pull on back in a couple of our board members who are waiting in the background to thank a couple donors that have come in during this time, and maybe comment a little bit more on Headwaters. We got Michelle and Andy, and I don't know if Jack is still around, but I would love to hear from you guys for a few minutes. Michelle, I am maybe maybe something about why you like Headwaters, or what's been your favorite part of starting on the board?
No.
So I'm an architect by profession, and I have to say that science was one of my least favorite subjects all through school. I just hated having to memorize the periodic table, facts, more facts, and I guess I have to throw in dissecting frogs was not something I really enjoyed doing. So, conversely, I've always loved the wilderness and to be outdoors and to hike and to learn to love what's out in nature is so important to me. And so I think that what interested me in Headwaters is the fact that it gives kids an opportunity to approach science in a totally different way that maybe if I had been introduced to science in the way that Headwaters teaches it, I would have found a lot of love and curiosity. And so I think this is a wonderful opportunity to give to kids a new way to learn science and to interact and discover that they can make their own decisions on what it is that they want to learn and how to go about finding that out. Just with the coronavirus, what's happening and sheltering in place, I'm used to going to Home Depot or Summer Winds and picking up tomato plants and, big Costco, big tomato plants. And so now I've sent for seeds because I'm not going to stores, planting the seeds, watching them grow, trying to figure out how much sunlight they need, how much water they need. So it's like I'm learning to use science and research and figure out how to solve my problem. So it's in that way that I think Headwaters can give back or give to the community and teach kids to think. And I think Chip here tends to agree.
Awesome. Yeah, so we have a couple new donors that came in during trivia trying to pick up their points as that was going. Andy or Craig, do you guys catch those?
Yeah, I've got it. So a huge thank you going out to the Perryman family in San Francisco, California, as well as Patrick Johnson in Anchorage, Alaska.
Wow.
Thank you so much for donating.
Yeah,
You guys turning up on the leaderboard here in trivia pretty quick, I reckon.
Yeah, I think unless Jack or Craig, if you have something else you want to say, then otherwise we'll turn it back to Craig for some updates on the trivia scores.
Yeah. What, Jack, anything on your end before I jump in? Sorry.
No.
Welcome.
Owners, thank you guys.
A man of many words. Thanks very much, Jack. Yeah, it looks like we have a winner for round one, and that's going to be Mike Barra. Well done, sir. Thank you very much for joining us. That's a round one winner. Good work. Your knowledge of the oceans cannot be challenged, evidently. Good stuff. Thanks very much. And obviously, thanks very much for your support. We're very excited about everybody joining us. And again, if you want to consider supporting Headwaters, you can learn everything you need to at bigdayofgiving.org/Headwaters. Thank you very much for your support. We're going to jump in to our second and last round of trivia for the evening. We have just a mere 7 questions, but they're a bit more Headwaters related. This is emanating from research actually done through some of our programs. So we're excited to ask these questions. And a lot of this was done, well, all of it was done by students. So you adults out there, got your work cut out for you. So give me just a moment. I'm going ahead and share this screen, and we are going to jump in to round number 2. All right. So I got notes from the producers, or directors rather, to slow down a bit. And I shall, especially given what we have here. All right, round 2. These are going to be questions on Headwaters research. Number 1. Oh, sorry. The added challenge of round 2 is that these are not multiple choice. Round 2 is not multiple choice. All right, let's get into it. Keep her moving. Number 1, if you were present during our interview with Julia Anderson of North Tahoe Middle School, a North Tahoe Middle School science teacher, you'll know that you should know the answer to this question. This fall, Julia's 7th grade science students investigated the habitat needs of this type of pine tree and how it is being affected by the parasitic blister rust. This is also the largest species of pine and one very popular to the Tahoe Basin. What is the name of this type of tree? In essence, we're looking for the largest species of pine tree. What is it? Their cones are about as large as my femur. Even though I'm not tall, I assure you that's still large. The largest species of pine. Again, only 7 questions in this round, so your points are going to count. Number 2. During a school program on insect biodiversity in Pennsylvania, Headwaters does programs all over, by the way, folks, so keep that in mind. During a school program on insect biodiversity in Pennsylvania, these Headwaters students also collected data on the tick population living there. Ticks, however, are not insects. Insects have 6 legs, ticks have 8. What well-known class of invertebrates do ticks belong to? I didn't particularly type these questions. I want to take a stand on the typos, but I do thank those for assembling them. Number 2 again, during a school program on insect biodiversity in Pennsylvania, these Headwaters students also collected data on the tick population living there Ticks, however, are not insects. Insects have 6 legs and ticks have 8. That's going to make them what? What class of invertebrates do they belong to? Remember, if you're just joining us and you want some extra points, you can get 5 points with a quick donation at bigdayofgiving.org/headwaters. Help us reach that goal for today. Science needs you. Number 3. The next question asks you to answer the age-old question of why do I smell bad? I feel like I was set up for this. After measuring the length of several western toads in the Van Norden Meadow, these students from the Quarry Lane School noticed that the toads had left a smelly secretion on their hands. Why do toads secrete a smelly substance when being measured? It's probably not just being measured. They probably don't have anything against being ruled. It's just handled. Why do toads secrete a smelly substance when being measured? Students from Quarry Lane School no doubt had a good time smelling such a secretion. Why do toads do that? Okay, number 4. Many students from the Sacramento area come up to Headwaters Field Site on Donner Summit each winter to study the Sierra snowpack, as it is a major source of water for the state of California. Approximately what % of all water in the state of California starts as snow? And it doesn't all just get allowed to run into the ocean, right? We actually use that. Many students from the Sacramento area came up to Headwaters Field Site on Donner Summit to study the Sierra snowpack. It's a major source of water for the state of California. Approximately what % of all water in the state starts as snow? All right, question 5. It's a wordy one. The AP Environmental Science class from the college preparatory school shared their water quality data with an Oakland Public Works response team following the magnitude 4.7 earthquake on October 15th last fall in the Bay Area. While this AP class was collecting data on several different types of nitrogen in the water, which type of aqueous nitrogen was the Public Works team most interested in, as it would indicate a sewer leak? Postscript, no students were exposed to sewage in this program. They had masks, gloves, and proper attire. Once again, which type of aqueous nitrogen was the Public Works team most interested in, as it would indicate a sewer leak? That's quite a bit of sound research on the part of Headwaters program students. What type of aqueous nitrogen was the Public Works team most interested in? Because it would indicate a sewer leak. Once again, as we approach the end of trivia for this fun happy hour, remember that at bigdayofgiving.org/headwaters, you can collect yourself a quick 5 points. We certainly appreciate your support, and we can find out a lot more good stuff like that alluded to here in question 5. So thanks very much for everyone who's donated today. We have 2 more questions in our final round this evening. Here we go, number 6. In one of Headwaters' very first programs, students from San Francisco University High School studied the impact that ash falling from the King Fire had on nearby wetland. What impact did the fire ash have on that wetland? Would it make the water more acidic or more basic? It's a 2-parter. I think we're ultimately looking for, would it make the water more acidic or more basic? It's one of our very first programs from the King Fire. And here we go, moving on to the final question, number 7. One of Headwater's favorite places to do science with students is wetlands, not only because students of all ages love walking around in mud, but also because of the biodiversity and many helpful things wetlands do for our ecosystems. What federal law, passed in 1972, established many of the protections we have for wetlands currently? What federal law, passed in 1972, established many of the protections we have for our wetlands? An absolutely crucial part of our planet's biodiversity. A lot happens in those wetlands. All right, folks. That is round 2. I'm going to head and jump out of this. We're going to tabulate scores and turn it back over to the powers that be. Meg?
Hi, Craig. Yeah, thank you. That was great. People have seen a lot of me today. I think we still have some board members in the background. I was gonna see if you or Jack wanted to comment on any of your favorite sessions today, or about your role in Headwaters or anything like that.
Oh, I'll jump in, I guess. I had quite a bit of traumatic experience, so I suppose that's my most favorite part, since I did a live streaming very early this morning after spending much of the night writing the thing. It turns out that, number one, I'm a terrible public speaker, but I knew that. Number two, I was pretty sleepy and tired, so I stumbled over everything I was reading. Still, I think if you can close your eyes and ignore the slurred words, that the message is very sound science.
That's great. Yeah, no, we appreciate you getting on, and we have that recorded on our site, as well as some of our other sessions from today. How about you, Craig? Have you tuned into any of the sessions, or any thoughts on, Headwaters?
Yeah, by all means. I was super psyched to see the Dead Winter Carpenters join us. I thought that was really unique. And I want to thank for a moment the Headwaters staff for putting this all together. That's not an easy thing. I have not seen anything like this from any other nonprofits, to handle all these logistics, get all these people together, coordinate an event like this, juggle all this technology. It's quite a yeoman's effort. And I guess I would tie that into saying that those who support Headwaters can be rest assured that when they give to this nonprofit, it is being handled with exceptional care, and the same amount of effort and insight that went into creating this day-long event is the same way that goes into working with all the students that participate in our programs, and making sure that all your donations go to the right place and support all the science that's going on. So that's, I think, what excites me the most. It's a pretty phenomenal effort you guys all put on today. So very excited to be a part of that. So good work, everybody.
Thank you, Craig. It was definitely a team effort. We've had great board support and great support from the staff to everyone to pull this together and change what we do. I just pulled Andy, and I'm pulling Michelle back in, just kind of put our board panel up there for a few minutes while we're tabulating. You guys have thoughts on today, or if you had a favorite session or something else you wanted to comment on?
I just want to also thank Erica and Alec, who are 2 other board members that aren't here at the moment, for their immense support. And
yeah, they were both on earlier today and had other things during this time. Erica's on the East Coast with a young child at home. Alec did the early shift, but he now has to work late as a result.
Yeah, it's been a really fun day. It was fun talking about photography and science this morning. I think it's good to see the organization adapt to the reality of the times, not being able to get out and have a actual party today, but put it together in this fashion has been really rewarding and fun. As the trivia results appear to be starting to roll in, I think that I can probably wrap up board commentary just by saying thank you to all our donors for today, and thanks for folks who just dropped by to hang out and see the Dead Winter Carpenters and play some trivia and sort of get a pickup on what is going on our end as we continue and our fantastic staff continue to develop programming during this time of shelter in place to enrich, hopefully, the scientific learning experience for your students at home or students themselves if they're tuning in today. So thanks so much, guys.
Yeah, we've had a couple new donors roll in during this time.
Before I announce our round 2 winner, I'd like to thank a couple of donors. We're going to thank Jacqueline Liu from Louisville. Thank you very much for jumping in. And of course, Nicole and Cole Dowsley from Nashville. Thank you very much for your support, guys. Extremely appreciated. Thanks for joining us. It is great to see Headwaters spread across the country. We're very psyched to have all this kind of support. And let's announce a winner for round 2. That is going to be Sarah Kula. Thank you very much. I do hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly. Sarah Kula got the most correct answers, and she donated, which means she got 5 extra points. Well done. Thank you very much. We have prizes for you. Feel free to private message, or we'll reach out and get an address for you, and we can send you the prizes for this evening. So that's kind of it for trivia. Once again, if you're watching and haven't donated yet, please consider supporting Headwaters at bigdayofgiving.org/Headwaters. Thank you very much, everybody. Always been a pleasure. I'm going to hang out for a bit more. Thanks very much, Meg. It's over to you.
Yeah. Thanks, Craig. I really appreciate it. Trivia was super fun, and I learned some new things along the way, especially about the oceans. That's not my general area of expertise. So it was great to see that. I want you guys to all know that we are now at $9,450. So we are getting really, really close to our anticipated goal for today. So we appreciate everybody who's made that happen. Let's try to see if we can get some more donations in and see if we can meet our set goal for today. We have a great hour of streaming lessons that are going to happen right after this. We're going to bring Leah back in, and if you've missed anything today, you can go catch it on our Facebook site. You can also watch some of our past lessons. We're going to stream something here. Leah, I'm not 100% sure what's upcoming. But I do really appreciate everybody's effort. Our board is just fabulous. We could not have done this without them. This party wouldn't have been the same without Floating Kitchen and Dead Winter Carpenters. The music was just great. Like I said, we got so many great comments, and I recommend people to go buy their latest music. Craig, you did a fabulous job with trivia, and we're super appreciative to Trip Tarp and Belle V. I think that our donors, our trivia winners, are going to be excited to get their things in the mail. So with that said, please hop on and donate and help us meet our goals. And Leah, let's bring you back in, and maybe we can give a little bit of information about what's upcoming in the stream.
So we are going to jump off this stream here, and you can see the lesson stream right after this, just above it on our page. Throughout the day, we've been streaming some lessons to show you what our programs look like. And what's coming up next here is one of our most popular Thursday science challenges, how to make your own insect sweep nets with Mary Ellen Benier. And then after that, we're going to have a restream of Mark Stanback's talk about his research with birds. Both of those were pretty popular programs during our lesson offerings these past few weeks, and we're excited to show you them again. Then
yeah, if anyone hasn't made an insect net, they should definitely hop on and do that. My kids had a great time doing that, and we made a little video about how we collected some bugs. So highly recommended. It's good for all ages.
As a teaser, that actually rolls out tomorrow. So tomorrow, tune in at 9 a.m. You can see Meg and her lovely little children collecting some bugs with their own sweep nets.
Yeah, and if you haven't caught it today, we are going to be opening up a new camp that we adapted for this summer. There's a way to sign up to get the information for that, and signups will start early next week. So if you're not already on our newsletter, hop on. That's another great way. We will be sure to push everything to everyone who gets our newsletter as well. Yeah, so are we ready to go to stream? Do you want one more thank you and cheers to our donors? We couldn't do it without you guys. None of this would be possible. Yeah, without tips up, bottoms up.
Hi for a refill.
My cup is empty. Cheers.
It was too delicious. Yeah.
All right.
So, yeah, thank you to our board and thank you to our donors. And I hope you guys are all out there enjoying your own drinks and enjoy the rest of your evening.
Thank you.
Thank you, Meg. Thank you, Leah. Great job, everyone.